that's a leftist thing. That's an Antifa thing. That's like an astroturf thing that leftists get going when they don't get their way. But this is the kind of thing that makes me want to riot in the street. I'm not encouraging people to do that. I don't want people to do that. More people will die. More people will get hurt. But I know I speak for millions when I say I'm so angry right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of anger and upset that anyone he touched is going to feel, regardless of the motive, regardless of the biography of the person who did this. Regardless, there's going to be anger and upset, and believe me, as I said, I'm pretty upset about this, and I know 1,000 people who know Charlie better than I did, but I'm just saying that this must be, whatever happens, a manifestation of the faith that animated Charlie's life. It's going to be an opportunity, no matter what his fate turns out to be. It's going to be an opportunity to make the country better, which comes from love and aggressive understing, and not anger and hatred. And again,
I know everything you're saying.
It comes from blood, guys. It comes from blood. Freedom is not free. You guys, okay? You have this new age-ish peace and love and puppy dogs, evangelical Protestant upbringing, that if you think really happy thoughts and you try to spread love and understanding, you're going to manifest peace, and you're going to convert and win over your enemies, because Jesus said, love your enemies. You guys, like, you're making me accidentally blaspheme, guys. God, I just went on a huge poetic thing and had to start all over because I have to go live, okay? Fucking phone. You guys are in denial that you're in a cultural war, you're in a civil war, and that, please, thank you for being here. Allow me to elaborate, you guys. I'm pretty fair-skinned, right? I'm not even 50% European descent. I can say taboo shit and get away with it because you guys have been cucked. Most of you have been cucked into being so damn politically correct that somebody needs to stand up and remind you guys what the fuck it is, what time it is. Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson said, sometimes the tree of liberty is thirsty and it has to be watered with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Some of you believe in almighty Trump and that things are going to get better and that he just can't magically pull the Epstein list out of his ass or get us out of wiping Israel's ass, right? He's fighting the global elite lizard people and his hands are cuffed, okay? So maybe you don't think that you need to fight the government right now. Maybe you believe he's going to fix everything and they're not going to try to jam a vaccine up your ass anymore or make more Patriot Act from 9/11 infringements on your freedom. But that's where this all came from. Because as you conservatives know, gun-free zones is a target for gun violence, dude. It's sheep led to the slaughter. It's sheep vulnerable to get sprayed and prayed by these stupid thugs and fucking weirdos who are an existential threat to your family and your traditional values and the posterity of your country. Must I remind you Christian white people who have been cooked and that believing that you're not allowed to say this, that if Anglo-Saxon Protestants, Spanish Catholics, or French sissies didn't discover the American continents, then eventually Hirohito from Japan or Joseph Stalin from Soviet Russia would have found these continents and then would have enslaved the world. And then there would be absolutely no million-man march or peaceful protest. There'd be nothing to do to stop the mass genocide, marauding, and sexual assault and slavery that would ensue from true tyrants like that from discovering this continent and below. Do you understand what I'm saying? Also, as what the white supremacists would call a mud-raced person, such as myself, right? Well, if European descent people didn't exist since whenever God sent the deluge to bury Samaria and stuff, right? If it wasn't for European descent people, we wouldn't have infrastructure, proper running sewage and stuff, and we wouldn't have penicillin. Did I say that again? Medicine, electricity, and we would have probably invented the wheel like in 1590 AD. Okay? You guys have been trained. Like, this is a personal tangent. Like, I was hatched. I never had parents, and I had to roam the world as a Generation X latchkey kid, all lost and looking dirty, right? And so my whole existence, Karens and cops have had free reins to fuck with me so severely that I should be a liberal, guys. I should hate Orange Man bad. I should hate Karen infested white America gentrified shit, right? I should be the poster child for everything those spoiled mommy's boy fucking EBT living fucking crack babies bitch about and try to say and as just being a bane and a troll and a thorn in the flesh of society, of your society, of all your traditional values. I don't have any kids and shit, guys. I'm doing you a favor because I don't get the street cred because I don't sound that ignorant. I'm actually half literate and stuff, and I know about history and all that. So that's not cool in the ghetto, right? I'm from San Bernardino, California. There's no reasoning. There's no reasoning with these ignorant pieces of scum. There's only ass whooping. They only know will to power, and they're banking on you guys to be, oh, I'm shy, Dennis the Menace, Dobie Gillis, fucking like gentrified worker bee compliant bootlicking Mr. Cracker, you know, like, gee golly, Mr. Wilson, that's swell. Like Dobie Gillis, you guys aren't allowed to be the Fonzie. You're not allowed to be Zach Wilde from fucking Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist and shit like that. You're not allowed. Where I come from, like white folks that look tough are automatically deemed racist for some reason. I gotta be fair. I feel really bad because on that note, like, I have a Puerto Rican friend. I've known Cuban people. I've known black people, especially the Cubans and that Puerto Rican. I don't mean to be a dick. They're so vehemently gung-ho for America, especially the Cubans, because they hated their communist country. A lot of socialism sounds really good on paper, but you're handing your ass to the government. The same government that gave us the Patriot Act to fuck people like me out of their Fourth Amendment rights, out of your Second Amendment rights, okay? You can look it up. Reagan and even Trump, they're not too popular with gunslinging libertarians. They're not that earnestly fighting for your rights to have Armalites and shit. And look at how crazy society is going. If I had mucho chiquitas and freaking I had a family and a hot chick and little girls to defend and stuff like that, dude, I'd have an Armalite fucking hooped up my ass ready to go at all times, dude. Like, I could be at the baseball game or taking a piss at work and I straight up like I coughed out a Glock. Nah, man. And so where's I going? You guys are in self-denial that you're in a cultural and civil war. And I'm sorry to add a lot of anecdotal tangents here, but like, it pisses me off. This is what my stake is as a person that has no family that could fuck off, that could be Machiavellian about this shit and just play both sides and not make any enemies. I've lost a lot of friends over Trump and the Jesus and all this stuff, dude, because the older you get, the more conservative you get. I'm not saying I'm a good person. You live and learn. And you guys are in denial that you're in a culture war, and I'm pissed off because my whole life, Karens and cops have fucked with me so bad that you would think I'm black and I'm George Floyd and all this other shit. I can't elaborate enough how antisocial that shit has made me in life, dude. And you guys are free reins to fuck with a guy like me But you're too scared to tell fucking Toby McGillinuggets or Humberto the horny Haitian homunculus to fucking pick his pants up, or to fucking talk right, or to quit fucking digging in your trash or doing meth on the side of the road until something pops off and it's too late. And as I kept bitching about it, if you want to live like I do, right? I don't want to be a slave to some fat chick who's flirting with Chad and Tyrone on Instagram, Inslutgram, and Facebook, about to pay her alimony bills, a slave to a mortgage and rent, and ungrateful kids who ignore me on their tablet. I don't want that life. I want to live out in the wild, and I'm considered a vagrant for it. I get so much fucking shit from cops and fucking bullshit like that, and fucking Karens, just for fucking trying to live free. I try to live free. You guys just LARP it. You guys LARP your tactical shit. You guys have your AKs and Armalites with your flashlights, and you have your blue lines matter flag next to the libertarian flag, which is such a contradiction. It's like putting a cross next to a fucking pentagram. It's bootlicking as fuck. Because if you do have the balls to fight the establishment, it's gonna be the fucking boots in blue that are first in line to whoop your ass for a guaranteed recession-proof fucking paycheck. And my disclaimer, of course, not all colored people, not all blue lines, fucking Gestapo douchebags that because they can do 10 push-ups, jump a 5-foot wall, and do 20 crunches in 2 hours, they get this hierarchy, this hegemony that we all have to kiss their ass because they're supposedly more important than welders and mechanics and fucking doctors and lawyers and shit. It's retarded. And you guys are in denial that you need to water the tree of liberty, that you need to be a little bit more proud of your, I wouldn't go to say race, nationalism. What I'm preaching here isn't racism, it's nationalism. Whether shade of color you are, we need to go back to the World War II days, and God might give us a problem like that to unite us. Back in World War II, you could be black, you could be a WAP, you could be a greaser, you could be an Irish guy, Irish, Italians, everybody. We all came under the banner of the American flag to fight this existential threat, right? Now, it's controversial. I'll recommend the History Channel Zoomer historian. I forgot another one that this is a tangent, but Zionists goaded Winston Churchill to start shit with Hitler on purpose, and all that culminated in a permanent income tax that wasn't there before for us Americans. I'm getting ahead of myself, but you guys are in a culture war and you're in denial. And I'm not saying all people who are proud to be thuggish, ruggish, ghetto, fabulous, fucking non-illiterate scum. I'm not saying that they're all bad. Some of them are just stupid, or that's their style. If I was darker shade, yeah, man, fucking A, I'd be fucking down with the posse and shit. I'm just not a fucking asshole. I'm not some Vanilla Ice, fucking Fred Durst, stupid fucking nerd. I'm not some fucking like John Cena, fucking Marky Mark looking stupid piece of shit. Fucking I'm saying, you guys, your problems aren't going to stop until you pull over on the side of the road and you go, hey, who's Ted Nugent? Concentration camp for you. Next, go down the road. Hey, what's the Declaration of Independence? In the concentration camp. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying that you guys are in denial that you're in a civil war. You've been in denial for that because for some reason, Karens and cops and all you guys, it's politically correct to fuck with the kid like I was when I was growing up, the grungy or punk rocker or heavy metal kid, right, who's looking dirty and mad and depressed. He has nowhere to go because his mom's a slut and his dad hates his guts or he doesn't have one. It's free reigns to fuck with loiterers and vagabonds that can't fucking go anywhere else. You guys hate the fucking homeless. You fucking hate the poor. You mandate gentrification. Remember, I can't just live free. I have to pay rent and eat top ramen to save money for rent, so I could fucking have to apply for free health care for diabetes on dialysis one day, and then I could be Orange Man bad, and I need AOC and Kamala and Gavin Newsom's EBT fucking card. That's where that shit fucking begins. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank God I didn't go down that road. It was that fucking easy. We're not free, guys. Get this free country shit out of your head, right? Until we have a form of libertarianism, which leads me to another fact. Even if you guys had the balls to rise up to take over your country as evangelical Protestants or libertarians, the right is divided. I'll give you an example. As a libertarian, but I'm a Christian, I believe a fetus inside the mother's womb, right? The fetus, the embryonic cells that are forming, that God is creating inside a mother's uterus, right? That baby has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But the other libertarians believe it's a parasite because of evolution. And it's just congealed cellular glue of a fucking monkey. So it's a parasite, and the mom has the right to happiness and the pursuit of freedom to abort and to kill that baby. And what even the more traditionalists, okay, Protestants, evangelicals, the Presbyterians over here saying that, and you have the Methodists over here saying thus, and you have the Amish and the Seventh-day Adventists and the Pentecostals and the Baptists all saying that whoever started their religion going back only 500 years, that the Holy Spirit gave them the correct interpretation of the scriptures. And you guys are not going to explore that it's secular renowned history that the Orthodox Church is the actual original church. You guys are going to think that's a psyop when you go and discover it. Like, oh, it's just Satan made Google to tell me that Pastor Billy Bob is wrong. So even if you guys did take over this country, you're not united about shit. You don't have any similar creeds. So the answer obviously is we Christian conservatives in America, at least, need to create a new ecumenical council to establish ordinances that if we imposed I don't know if it's a contradiction, a libertarian theocracy, I propose under the model of St. Constantine the Great, Emperor St. Constantine the Great, that Pastor Billy Bob has to tell you was a bad guy and started the Antichrist Catholic Church so he could keep a job, even though he might have went to Bible seminary and learned the whole original Septuagint was written in Greek, and the Douay Rheims, the Catholic Bible, is much older than the King James, and that the Church of Thessaloniki is still there, and surprise, it's Orthodox. He's going to ignore that. He's not going to tell you that so that he can keep a tax-free job. So we're undivided on a lot of things. So we need to make creeds like, hey, get pornography the fuck out of this country, okay? Abortion, fucking illegal. But St. Emperor Constantine the Great, he didn't burn witches. He didn't persecute pagans. He was like, this is a Christian country, fucking deal with it. And if you try to hurt anybody else or persecute Christians, that's illegal now. Christians get to own shit. So many thousands or hundreds of years later, not only do Christians get to own shit, they get to own Armalites and AK-47s under the Second Amendment. What does this guy want? And yeah, how you doing? I don't know the area, man. Yeah, I'm kind of new. I just know this is B Canyon. And going up there goes like Idlewild. That's all I know. Yeah, good luck. So, yeah, guys, we're all in denial that we're in a culture class civil war. I'm mad because I grew up a rockero, the grungy heavy metal cat that got fucked with so hard by Karens and cops. But you guys are too afraid to tell Toby McGillinuggets and Humberto, the horny Haitian homunculus, to pick up his fucking pants and to quit fucking cussing in fucking public. You guys have been like cucked and like, oh, I don't want to show I'm like ostensibly racist. And you don't call this proud to be ghetto proud to be fucking urban fucking trash that's an existential threat and infringes. Like I said, I'm not saying they're all like that. That's not a disclaimer. I'm just saying, hey, if I was dark as fuck, you know, and if I scared white women that had a good relationship with their dad, I too would be like, oh, yeah, man, gonna get my 40 on, I'm gonna get my 40, yeah, fucking some Newport Lights and Colt 45, 2 zigzag, I would be like that too, I guess, but fucking, I didn't want to be an asshole, and I got in the rock and roll instead, and I lost all my baby fat, and I got on the wrestling team. Because I used to be that. I didn't know any better. I was 10 or 11 years old in San Bernardino. Yeah, really fucking baggy clothes. I was going to buy some Malcolm X jersey from the swamp meet, and we're sitting there like, fuck chicken, get down. Fuck yeah, fuck white people. You guys are that was good cardio. You guys are in a culture war. And you've been cucked. And the fucking thinking it's too taboo to speak out against it. My great grandfather on my mother's side was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. I'm somewhat not even half of European descent. I'm trying to help you guys out. You guys are in a cultural civil war, dude. And you need to get your demographics on straight. You evangelical Protestants, again, I don't think God is 100% for you because you hate the poor. You're there sleeping through Reverend Billy Bob's sermon because you vexatiously can't wait to go trample Lazarus the leper on the way to your Ford F-950 festooned with Greg Laurie Harvest, faith alone. All you need to do is believe. Not of this world. Blue Lives Matter. Your bumper stickers to run over poor Lazarus the leper. To go vexatiously venerate St. Ronald McDonald every Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays. The joke is because according to traditional Christian history, we're supposed to fast every Wednesdays and Fridays. Ah, man. But you guys are in a culture war. You're in denial. And what I showed at the beginning of this video, he's like, we need peace and love and understanding. Remember, guys, Charlie Kirk is dead. That white woman got stabbed by that huge, looking like the Predator from the movie Predator fucker. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, guys, and you guys are getting your ass kicked and you're being cooks. And as traditional Christian Americans, we need to start enforcing our constitutional rights and saying fuck our local government and starting to live free. And another thing that you conservative fucking white people, Christians or whatever, don't do is when one of you guys gets in trouble, like Kyle Rittenhouse, or that dude dressed like a water buffalo on January 6th, or when Trump almost got incarcerated over Russian PSYOP shit or whatever, right? When one of your own, when somebody gets pulled over and ATF starts fucking, you get the point, Ruby Ridge. When your own gets in trouble, you don't stand up for them, guys. I'll give you an example to show I'm not fucking racist, okay? Former UFC champion Cain Velasquez, he's gonna rot in the prison in California, which is a horrible place, right? He's gonna rot in that prison because somebody touched this kid. Some grown man at a daycare place touched this kid. You know what happened to the felcher, the kid toucher? You know what happened to him? He got released like 2 days later with an ankle monitor, living with his dad. Now, albeit Cain Velasquez is a straight G and he straight up almost risked a lot of collateral damage, he went after that guy with a shotgun. like any fucking good dad would do, right? And he's the one who's going to go to prison for it forever. He didn't even kill him. Okay? So it goes to show you, you're just not free. As a man, you have to watch your shit. Like, don't let your woman ride the bus. Don't let your little daughter ride the bus alone and shit, right? Make every means, right? Because as a conservative man who's down for his family that not only loves them so bad, it would be such a disgrace if you let them down like that. Think of yourself like a bumblebee or a musket. A bumblebee gets to sting you once and it dies. A musket has one bullet and you're open. You have one shot because of our unchristian ass backwards fucking, remember, if it's not God's law, then fuck that law. Because we're so cucked to just bootlick and follow fucking orders and we don't stick up for each other. If someone does fuck around to find out, you have that one shot at glory and your life is fucked forever. You're going to rot in prison. You're going to lose your Second Amendment rights, right? And your woman is going to probably be forced to start dating and marrying your best friend for financial, or your brother or something like in biblical days, to financially survive. And as much shit I talk on cops, I understand you guys. I understand that if you get shot in the face out of these for some ignorant, stupid piece of shit, all that training, all those hopes and dreams, holding down a beat cop job, right? Your woman is forced to go, all your wife, kids, everything you're built, she's forced to go find other dick because you're dead. And she needs a man to take care of her. That's what she was used to. That's the American way. You guys are in a culture war. And you're too cucked to say anything about it, dude. And it's not about race, it's about nationalism. Okay? I'm supposedly the most fucked up, like undesirable, that's what the police language. My whole life I've been labeled like a vagrant, undesirable and shit like that. Because I'm Generation X. And Generation X is, I'm almost Generation, it's typical. Your parents go, fuck, having kids sucks. I can't wait to suck and snort something else. Hey, fucker, I gotta go. I found some other family to take care of. And then you end up looking poor, alone, and angry and dirty, right? Your dad never taught you the difference between a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver. You utterly suck at life. You're like Gomer Pyle on accident, trying your best. And Karens and cops are allowed to fuck with you really hard. But you guys are not, you guys don't have the balls, the audacity, and you're cucked and beaten down to call out, hey, Toby McGillinuggets. Hey, Humberto the horny Haitian homunculus. Pick up your fucking pants, get the fuck away from my kids, let me shoot you in the back while you're running away for stealing my TV without Jesse Jackson taking you to fucking court and fucking over your life. So by the way, guys, Charlie Kirk is dead. This is circa September 2025. That really, really beautiful Ukrainian woman got killed on the subway, and stuff like that keeps happening on the monthly or on the daily that we probably don't even know about. And the Epstein files are still not released. We're still sucking the dicks of Ukraine and fucking Israel, as always. Israel. Remember, look up Jay Dyer, dispensationalism. I keep advocating that. Hey, all you all you evangelical Protestants who think America only exists to wipe Israel's ass, I challenge you, instead of believing what feels good so you can be popular and get along and talk about Hal Lindsey's book and tabloid shit of how the apocalypse is going to happen tomorrow, right? Instead of doing all that, why don't you challenge yourself and look up Jay Dyer, dispensationalism. Remember, you evangelical Protestants, remember when you thought Ravi Zacharias, the big-ass pervert, was the greatest Christian apologist in existence? No, it's Jay Dyer. Look up Jay Dyer, dispensationalism. Challenge yourself, try to debunk it, and realize that patriotism, tactical survival, that's all LARPing, and your religion is trash. Your Protestant evangelical fucking cult is fucking new age garbage, and maybe try to develop yourself as a person or challenge your beliefs and try to debate them back, because they won't shoot at you, I promise. It's easy. It's very easy to get a hold of Jay Dyer on X and debate your evangelical Protestant fucking bitch ass nonsense against the Orthodox standard that's been lasting 2,000 years plus. Sorry. Yeah, about 2025 years? Or, yeah, give or take. So anyways, yeah, guys, you guys are in a culture war. I'm here to tell you what you're too scared or been cucked in the same that you can't say. And I guess I'm going to look at some comments real quick, and I hope that made sense. If that makes sense, then you're at the wrong channel. But try to see some comments. Oh, God. Give me a second, guys. See, what I'm a free speech person, so you could bitch and complain all you want, and I won't cancel you. Afayak Rabar says Pagal. I don't know what the hell that means. Hold on for a few people to show up, then talk. Thank you, Amir. Julianne says hi. I say hi. Don't care about being called racist. New mama daba business. You rock. Game guy. You should have that guy. I'll tell you a girl I should have. Fuck. Which leads me to another point. Chicks nowadays, pop music has made you naive, and you go after like fuck boys and pretty boys and mommy's boys. You're not going after real men, okay? Because the Ukrainian chick, right? She's probably too young for me. She's like, yeah. Well, anyways, she's of age, but if she was my girlfriend, she wouldn't have been riding that bus. She wouldn't have been riding that bus alone. I'll tell you that. I don't give you anecdotal bull woo woo, right? It's not about just loving the woman. It's about standing up for yourself, that if you fail your woman, your kids, you failed as a man. You could be fighting with your chick. She could be a bitch or gonna break up. As a man, you're obligated that if shit pops off, you have to defend her life. And it was too easy for me to fill that role. I'm a big guy. I've done martial arts my whole life. And the particular woman that I would be mentioning in this regard, she likes sissy boys, right? So she likes sissy boys, and I'm not easy to overtake, because it's like, we're walking in this alley in downtown River Slime, right? And like she's walking ahead of me because she's mad, for example, and like some Thuggus Ruggus Bones guys kind of want to fucking test that ass. They got the point really quick because I'm always kind of ready to go. It's just my ethos. Some other douchebag I know that's wasting this beautiful woman's life. He's like, I can't wait to play video games. And he's like, I'm just a good old boy that gets along with everybody. Like, he's such a bitch. Like, I know some dude that when his woman gets disrespected, me or a homeboy have to go to bat for her and bark those guys down, right? And she doesn't get the point that she's fucking an idiot that's going to make her DNA and her kids even weaker by every strand. And so, because that chick, by the way, that you can just see on Fire will show about it. It's hard to see, but that chick that got killed in the subway, she had a Black Lives Matter poster, by the way. So I'll tell you, how about Blue Collar Lives Matter? That's a good shirt, guys. If you beat me to that idea and make that shirt, please just give me one, okay? Give me a couple. We're so buff, we're gonna rip them eventually. But yeah, if you don't have to be a martial artist, you don't have to be a Marine to be a real man. Okay, I'm not saying I'm a Marine. My coach was a Marine, my martial art coach. He's the guy that's telling you guys what you already know. Violence solves everything, and freedom, like the video began, we need peace and love and understanding. to cultivate camaraderie. No, blood makes fucking freedom. Okay. If you're a man who's trying to be orthodox, I don't just mean the religion. Maybe you're oblivious. Maybe God hasn't revealed himself to you yet. St. Paul said early in his epistle that God is judging us by our consciousness. Okay, our conscience, okay, our moral compass, okay. If you really love your family, if you're really down for your woman and honor, if you work hard, if you're young and you're a good student and you try to get good grades for your parents, if you're older and you're trying to be a good worker and provide for your family, right there and then you're like a martial artist, you're like a Marine, because you don't deserve any disrespect. God and nature and your fellow man will rise up for you if someone's trying to encroach upon your shit. And also the Second Amendment and God's justice allotted you the God-given right that's been taken away from us to defend yourself with dire fucking means, guys. I'm a martial artist, guys, and I'm pretty big. If there's no such things as guns, dude, I would be in pretty good business, man. I'm telling you right now, fucking. I would be in pretty fucking good business, dude. If the guns didn't exist, but we live in the Wild West. You see that? First try, right there. That's somebody's fucking forehead. That's a Cold Steel Warhawk, right? If we had gun control is not the answer, guys. Bad guys are always going to have leverage. Bad guys have all day. They have all day to do thus, okay? While you're trying to be a good husband, while you're trying to be a worker, while you're too tired from the job and you're just dying to get home and crack open a beer, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Toby McGillinuggets, and Humberto, the horny Haitian homunculus, meth head, fentanyl addict, eating people's faces and shit in Florida, okay? They have all day, they have all month to sit there stewing, plotting your demise, creating mischievous scenarios to come at you sideways. They always have the first move. So while they're there, lurking in the distant abysmal fog, plotting your demise, while you're just like that dude I know that has that chick he never stands up for. Well, I can't wait to go home and watch Netflix and Pornhub. Hey guys, me and my fucking my Crocs. I'm just a fun-loving guy. I'm a bitch, right? And society wants you like that, right? So that when something comes and blindsides you, this fucking bitch that I know that I was talking about, we're in San Bernardino, California, dude. He leaves his woman in the car with the fucking engine running to go back to the shop to get, it's a fucking bitch. It's not even a man. You should already have that killer instinct. A real man, like, there's a story about this couple that got lost in the Amazon because she was with a bitch boy, okay? They're hiking in the Amazon, okay? And they're on a trail, right? Like, and the chick is being a chick. Like, oh my God, a butterfly. Oh my God, look, a porch monkey. Oh my God, right? And the guy, guess what the dude was? Because he's a bitch. He was like, oh my God, a butterfly. Oh my God, a cuckoo. So they both got lost on the fucking the trail, and they almost died. A real man wouldn't happen. You know why? A real man's like this. Oh, fuck. I worked like 2 years for this vacation to go to the Amazon. Oh, he's going to be looking at the trail. He's going to be looking at the signs. He's going to be looking if there's any indigenous guys with spears trying to rape his chick. He's going to be looking for fucking anacondas and boa constrictors to cut off their head with his machete, right? The government probably doesn't allow the machete there. Because he can't wait to get the fuck back to the motel room, to fucking pop her off a couple, right? Down a cold beer, go to sleep, and then go to sleep, and when his chick is still asleep in the middle of the night, get up, pray your rosary, drink your beer, smoke your cigar, or fucking practice right crosses, right? Or whatever you like to do. Maybe you're an archer. Maybe you're a bow hunter. Maybe you like fishing, right? Man stuff, right? Whenever your chick's asleep and whatever the fuck, dude, you got time finally by yourself. It's time to revert back to when you were single like me and work on your hobbies or get some work done, right? That's what real men do. Other men are like, oh, I leave my chick in the car running. Oh, look at a butterfly. Oh my god. Right? That's the kind of men. That's the kind of excuses for men that your daughters are being engineered to admire nowadays. So that's why they're getting stabbed by fucking Humberto, the Toby Magilla Humberto, he had Carlos, whatever guy on the New York, Charlotte, North Carolina subway. They have fucking subways there. That chick got stabbed to death. Vladimir Putin should be all over that. Vladimir Putin should be like, hey, had that Ukrainian refugee, if she would have defected to Russia, she would still be alive. Guys, we're American, right? How many Americans are here? You're proud of your country? We gotta admit, we have a problem. We have a fucking problem, man. If that Ukrainian chick who got killed on that subway just a couple weeks ago, right? If she would have defected from Ukraine to Russia instead of the United States, she would still be alive. We have a fucking problem, guys. And I admire everybody here who has the balls to say that. You guys, I'm saying all this shit, Toby, Magilla Nuggets, and Humberto, the Haitian, and we're being very frank and blunt here, guys, because something about Elon Musk and Donald Trump, when they got elected, we have more free speech on these social platforms, and so much that Kuckelberg, another Ashkenazi piece of shit that rules the world. I knew an Ashkenazi Jew that turned Orthodox and hated his own. That is a badass. God bless you, Isaac. I really appreciate you guys here. In the future, if some Democrat piece of shit, New Scum, or fucking Kamala Fuckus gets in office, who's to say they're not going to use some kind of algorithmic computer system to track back all the data that we were pro-free speech and we stood with Orange Man bad or libertarian values, and they're going to demonize, criminalize us, and penalize us by limiting a social credit score. You guys heard of that, right? Social credit scores. They got that going on in China. China doesn't have free speech. They can't just say whatever they want to say. They can't just... You guys get the point. You guys get the point. Only blood wins freedom, guys. Bull Hansen, this other YouTube guy that's pretty enlightening, like he says, when freedoms go, it's very hard to get them back without bloodshed. And we're on the precipice right now. This shit has been going to a boiling point, guys. I mean, I remember in the 90s, man. I'll put it this way. I knew some heavy metal guys who were wearing rap shirts like Run DMC or Two Live Crew or whatever. Two Live Crew is a very raunchy rap band. This is the 1990s. The heavy metal guys were sporting rap shirts. I asked them why. They said they thought it was hilarious that all the white chicks that they wanted to date, their conservative boomer fathers, wouldn't condone them dating long hair, grungy, rock and roll Viking looking motherfuckers, right? They didn't want their white daughters to date. They didn't want their daughters to date the metalhead that, like, he hates his life because he's stuck driving a forklift all day, but at least he holds down that job and he's monogamous, right? The fathers didn't want their daughters with that. So now the daughters are they twerk on with Tyrone, like grinding up on fucking Toby Magilla Nuggets and Humberto the horny Haitian homunculus, right? Then now that they're doing that shit, nobody's gonna tell Tyrone off. Karens and cops and boomers, They were so fucking eager to talk shit and call the cops on and fuck with rockers like us, punk rockers, skid kids, right? Bangers, like not gang bangers, old school head bangers. It was so free reigns to fuck with us, okay? But everybody feels taboo. Everybody feels like they're gonna get their ass kicked. It's not socially proper. You could fuck with us, but it's not socially proper to go tell Tyrone and Toby McGillinuggets and fucking Humberto, the horny Haitian homunculus. It's not politically correct to tell them to pick up their fucking pants and to quit looking at your fucking kids or your daughter or get the fuck out. Don't date my daughter. Should be allowed to pick up that shotgun just like Cain Velasquez, which I mentioned earlier. Free Cain. See, I'm not racist. Cain Velasquez tried to kill some dude who touched his fucking kid, right? And he's the one going to fucking prison for it, right? If you're some kind of sex offender, right, you get like parole and shit like that. But if you don't pay your taxes for 4 years, we live in an ass backwards country. If Kyle Rittenhouse pops a cap at somebody, if that January 6th mascot looking dude goes to jail, no, we don't make a riot for that. No white people are making a fucking riot in the streets for that Ukrainian girl that got stabbed. Nobody's throwing a riot in these fucking libtard ass streets. No conservatives are getting together and starting to destroy California because Gavin Newsom fucks our Second Amendment and he would and people like him, or what, North Carolina, the judge or whatever, they sided with the killer, the fucking predator ass looking fucking killer who killed that blonde chick. They're trying to make it, oh, we need to have compassion on mental illness. And then they in vagrants. Then they gaslight the Republicans to hate all vagrants. And then this is my problem. You guys don't care, right? I've mentioned so many times, guys, I don't want to be a slave to rent or mortgage. I just want to work in town. I want to live in the fucking forest, guys. And I can't. It's illegal. I get fucking busted for alleged vagrancy over and over. So it's going to be politically correct for Karen and cops to fuck with a person like me, but they're too much of a bitch until it's too fucking late and make excuses. They're too scared to tell ghetto fabulous motherfuckers who are really the fucking existential threat, who are the real fucking problem. It's taboo. It's politically incorrect. It's racist or some shit to go confront that. I know a lot of my shit's anecdotal and it's hard for me to fucking save every source, right? But I was watching last night. There was this bar where I think I could pull up that video, guys. If you care, comment. It's kind of long. I have to find when he says it. It's like a 10-minute, 15-minute video. It's not just about it. This guy, he seems really cool. I could probably recommend the channel, right? It's a survival channel. And he's talking about how there was this bar where somebody's wife, she got her beautiful purse, expensive purse with expensive cell phone. She got it stolen by some fucking, for lack of a better word, some fucking Piche Mayate who is chilling at that bar. And then they asked the bar owner, why didn't you ever kick that guy out? And he was like, oh, I was afraid to be labeled fucking racist. So allow a person like me, who's only like, I think 38% European descent, to advocate for you guys. I don't want to disclose my race. We live in Libtardville. You can identify as a porcupine or a woman, or you don't know what a woman is, right? If you want to know my race, I'm going to say Cherokee Indian, because I love my mother's dad very much, and he's half Cherokee Indian, guys. So whoop-de-doo. So, or whatever. Great-grandfather was full, something like that. All I know is my mom's dad, he was obviously Native American, because he kind of had Yeah, he barely grew any facial hair. He is very tall and skinny and looks very strong for being tall and skinny. And you could just imagine what he'd look like with a mohawk. It would just fit him, you know. Anyways, God rest his soul, man. I love that man so much. We didn't have enough time. But, and I'm here to tell you guys that you can have a little bit more pride. I didn't mean to make this video racist at all. It's not about being racial. It's about being nationalist, right? My personal idea of what our nationalism should be is a form of Christian libertarianism. Basically, we're not going to kill you for being a pagan. We're not going to, like, if you want to go marry another dick, if you want to marry someone of the same sex, don't come to the fucking Orthodox church. Don't come to the Baptist church. Don't come to the traditional church. Go to the Universalist, Unitarian, fucking New Age, Luciferian fucking weirdo church, the Rainbow Club church. Go to them to get a civil fucking union, guys. And honestly, as a Christian, I don't know if the government should sanction that and give them amenities and benefits. I don't know. I don't know if God would be out of that. We need to get pornography the fuck out of this country, dude. That's an affront. That's poisoning the minds of all the kids, dude. Like, kids will be like not even 10 years old, and they know they've seen two girls and one horse, or one bucket and three chicks, or whatever the fuck. Paris Hilton sex video. Fucking, who the fuck watches other people fuck, fool? I understand falling in love with a picture of a fucking a woman showing a lot of gratuity, but god damn, you gotta see fucking, dude. I don't know, man. It poisons the mind. It makes people demons. Jesus said, if your eye becomes dark, your whole fucking being will become dark. You'll be shut into outer darkness or worse. Anyways, guys, I don't know where else to go with this video. I really thank you for tuning in. I'm going to read some comments. I have to be a douchebag and tell you to like and subscribe, because so I can keep going live. My channel, I have to organize it a little bit, but the contents, the most recent videos, it has been, just go to videos, it's been pertaining to current events. I eventually have to designate them in playlists. My best playlist, if you want to learn shit, they're going to say something like tactical, survival, or martial arts. These kind of videos, talking about the world is under random and rants, right? And I got some videos like outdoor adventures. It shows like phenomena I keep seeing. This drones or UFOs or some shit. No shit. I know I sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. I don't care. Without further ado, let me look at some comments, and God bless. And then, I'm not a priest, but let's pray, guys. So let's see if I think everybody left because I'm a belligerent. No double business. Few real men left. God, amen, man. And we're gonna pray about that. And I guess I got to get on my day. But I'm not a priest or nothing. I just know what my friend Isaac would say, or his priest would say. So, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I pray a blessing in you guys. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, we ask you to help open eyes to see the war that's at hand. And we pray, God, this makes people emboldened to not only stand up for traditional American values, to preserve their culture and their kind and their posterity, but God, this should all serve as to reveal the contrast between light and dark. And we pray that people who are on the fence, who don't really know you exist, or who don't care you exist, but God, they have homestead, they have things in this life, that they have luxuries in this life they don't want to lose. Possessions or family, children, wives. And we ask that they open their eyes to see that you exist, that evil exists, so therefore good exists. And we pray, God, that the light of the glory of your legacy, the light of your truth, and the the adoration of your holy virtues would outshine and destroy and be vexatiously more preferred than the false light of Lucifer, than all his enclaves and his dominions and his principalities, either corporeal or incorporeal, all his enclaves, all his tools, all his decadence, all his temptations, and that your virtue would carry on. Let me remind you guys out there that if we lived by God's way, we wouldn't have such trashy food, right? So in America, most women would be attractive. You would have a lot less temptations to look at hot naked chicks or cheat on your spouse or fornicate, because contrary to popular opinion, we're more of a deist country than a Christian country. And the women in the West, if they're good looking, they're more than likely hypergamous. They're looking for the bigger, better deal. They're gold diggers. They're promiscuous. Because in America, most, if not any, the good women are all fat. There's good women that are in good shape, but they know their worth. They're gonna get some dude that, like, hopefully isn't a douchebag. You know what kind of dude is not a douchebag that makes good money? Like, he had a good relationship with a good dad, so he knows how to fix a car. He knows how to build a house. He's got a couple big trucks, man. He can homestead. He's got property. He's got land, so that chick doesn't have to work. Her job is staying home and raising the kid with biblical or orthodox or biblical foundation, right? That's America. That's America. That's America right there, right? And where was I going with that? But other than that, if you're like me and you don't make a killing, and you're not exactly rolling and with the ends, right? If you're like me, the problem is the available, somewhat attractive women. They're attractive because they're working at being attractive, because there's an incentive for them. They're looking for the bigger, better deal. They're looking for the Chad. They're looking for their gold digging. Their hypergamy means basically gold digging. Hypergamy means going from lover to lover, or mate to mate, husband to husband, until you keep getting something better. Kind of like how I collect knives, okay? I had a tomahawk. I just had a tomahawk that I threw a tomahawk, right? As a cold steel war hawk, right? I'm always looking for buying a better knife, a better tomahawk. Well, to be frank, especially without God in their heart, at least trying to be, women are always going to be the weaker sex, susceptible to temptation. But without traditional Orthodox values, that chick is always going to be looking for the bigger, better dick. So let me see if there's any comments, and I better get on the day. So make it stick. Hey, I appreciate you, Mr. Stick. Freaking yeah, guys, I have to be a douchebag, and a lot of shit on my channel is like, what the fuck, this guy's nuts, or I made a stupid radio station, so there's a lot of short clips that are like, if the radio station's supposed to be a fucking mind fuck, it's supposed to be belligerent, it's really immature. I got too much time on my hands. I have no kids, right? So I could do shit like that. But I have to be a douche, ask to like and subscribe, and so I could keep going live, right? I go hiking the most precarious areas as possible, and I try to go live with that for a service. Again, my best playlist, the very recent videos need to be organized, but they're of current events. The best playlists are going to be like random and rants about stuff like this, adventure or wilderness, something like that. That's like, you'll see crazy shit. Like, I've seen like crazy drones or ostensible UFOs, tactical, martial, or survival, and all that kind of good shit, guys. So, by the way, since you're here, I'll try to do the solid as to make my channel worth a damn. I don't know if you were here earlier. I was giving an example about the Second Amendment. I was making an example about the Second Amendment, that a guy like me is trying to admonish everybody that bad guys are always going to have pew-pews or rocks or flamethrowers, right? And you're only allowed to have a fly swatter because of Gavin Newsom and other Democrats. But I'm genuine because I'm a martial artist. I'm kind of a big dude. And if guns didn't exist, I'd be a very formidable person. And then I threw a tomahawk and I got it on the first shot. So but I'm gonna, if you guys are interested, and because this is a shooting range, but watch, we're not allowed, like Gavin Newsom, right? Because nefarious people come here in the wild and they start fires. Okay, since other people fuck up, we gotta pay for their shit. Us people who abide by the rules, and they closed down this target. They closed down the target shooting place because Gavin Newsom, he fucked up and he let the Palisade fires happen. Palisade fires early of 2025, and he's blaming all of us for it. So a person like me who loves the wilderness, who loves tactical and bushcraft, right? I can't come out here and I can't fry up eggs. I can't have a campfire. I have to freeze my ass off, right? So because we all have to pay because some nefarious pieces of shit that they're too scared to they're too scared to incarcerate because it doesn't serve their political agenda, right? Since they fucked up, we all have to pay, right? So instead of coming here and shooting guns, I come here and throw tomahawk. So if you guys are interested, I will show you what the fuck, okay? So I'm gonna save you guys a lot of time, and that ironically, the best tomahawk is one of the cheapest tomahawks. You're gonna want to go with a cold steel Warhawk is the Warhawk, and then there's a trench hawk. I put every screw, everything that's metal here, I Loctite it, and then I wrapped it with a bunch of 550 paracord and electrical tape with Gorilla Glue, especially here, because these tomahawks, they will break, okay? But cold steel, the Warhawk is my favorite, and let's see if I can make it. I'm holding it with one hand, but let's see. So tomahawk is, you could choose. I'm gonna throw spike first, right? I believe I think I counted 7 paces away. Okay, any farther than this, you're gonna have to use a lot of arm strength, like a lot, probably even like 2 hands or whatever. Okay, then I'm gonna, like, behind my back, this axe head is gonna be touching my upper back, and it's not a baseball. A baseball you throw almost sideways like this, right? A baseball you throw sideways. This one has to be as much as possible, completely 12 to 6, completely 12 o'clock to 6. And watch, I'm gonna probably embarrass myself, but I can't really, a little high, and it hit my hat. Yeah, you want to watch out. Like, I'm wearing a hat with a string on it, or any kind of baggy clothes. And if you know what a lanyard is, if you're gonna throw these tomahawks, do not put a cord in there, because if it catches your pinky or something like that, if you throw it, it could get stuck and come right back at you. That would be bad news. But I believe I counted about 7 paces out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about 6 or 5. So my bad. Yeah, and then from here, as straight as you can. And I'm gonna go so far back that this axe head is pretty much about to touch my upper back, right? And then I'm gonna kind of step forward, and like bend at the waist, a little, bend at the hips a little bit, and go. See, I got it again. But yeah, guys, so like what's the benefit about my channel is, if you're interested in you're interested in martial arts and getting into tactical stuff or whatever, but you don't have a lot of time. You don't have a lot of time to go down the rabbit hole. I went down that rabbit hole, guys. So like for weapons, guns, right? If you're a connoisseur, like you like your 1911, you like your Sig Sauer, you like your Remington 870, your Armalite, right? like then I can't help you. But if you're just starting, I would get a Mossberg Maverick 88. You can look up look at Maverick 88 Meltdown or Maverick 88 Test. It's the only shotgun, it's probably the only gun, period, of its price range, it's probably give or take $300 now. It was like $190 like 10 years ago. The economy's getting fucked, right? But it's the most reliable shotgun. Do not get mini shells. Do not get mini shells. There's an adapter to do that. I don't trust it, but Mossberg Maverick 88 is your cheapest home defense thing, right? And I candy stripe it. I candy stripe my shotguns, meaning like the first cartridge, the first bullet to exit the barrel, it's going to be birdshot, because in case somebody appeared out of nowhere, and you need accuracy is not an option. You have to immediately fire. The birdshot's going to spread everywhere, and it's going to limit collateral damage to a degree. To a degree. What I mean by that is, if your first bullet was a slug, right? Depending on, if you're in warfare, fuck it, go ahead. If your first cartridge to leave the barrel was a slug, well then, if you miss that guy or even hit that guy, it could go through that guy, it could go through a wall, it could hit your neighbors, right? So I always candy stripe my bullets in my shotgun with a fucking first one to go is birdshot. In case you get taken by surprise, you don't need so much accuracy. It's gonna spread all over the place, and it's gonna, even if the guy has body armor, he's severely gonna wince, And also, birdshot makes a good warning shot, because if you shoot birdshot in the air, there's a good chance that when it rains back down, if it does hit somebody or property, it's not going to be fatal damage, okay? And then after that birdshot, I'm gonna put, depending on how many it holds, shotguns usually hold 5 to 8 or 5 to 7-ish, right? So the next 1 or 2 to go out of the barrel is going to be buckshot, because buckshot's a good in between, like a good, it's powerful. It's like shooting a bunch of 9mm at a person, like, right? So you get the point. And then my last 1 or 2 bullets that I put in my shotgun are slugs, because if you've had to fire more than 3 shots at a gunfight or whatever endeavor that you're in, well, the least, like, obviously it's not doing the job. You probably need something that's going to definitely take something out with a lot of power. And now the risk of collateral damage has to be engaged, because your life is at stake, So now, there's a saying, it's better to be judged by 12 than buried by 6. You guys know what that means. Also, if you're a real conspiracy theorist like me and you're afraid of drone warfare, I guess what's that called? A full choke. Get a barrel. You could probably switch the barrels out from a full smooth bore. I mean, a smooth bore barrel and a full choke. If you have a full choke barrel and you're shooting at drones with buckshot, it's a lot more reliable. I believe that's what they're doing in Ukraine right now, guys. Right? And I gotta take my hat off. That was not my fault. My hat is gonna kill me, dude. It's snagging on my hat. Yeah, so what was I saying? But if you buy a full choke barrel, or if you put that on, remember, guys, you cannot shoot a slug out of it. You ever seen Elmer Fudd try to shoot Bugs Bunny and his gun blows up in his face? Yeah, if you have a full choke, then don't put slugs in it. So I go with a smooth bore, so I get the best of both worlds. I could shoot whatchamacallit, I could shoot the buckshot or a slug. The shotgun is the most versatile gun. I've held an Armalite, but I prefer shotguns. So, and they institute as a rifle. Also, I'm a religious weirdo. I believe that, like how King David killed Goliath with just stones. I honestly think that if we were really going to concentrate this country to God, we could overthrow the government with fucking tactical fly swatters, for fuck's sakes, you know? But the Second Amendment not being infringed is still extremely important. And that didn't stick, I know. The tomahawk's getting pretty dull. I have to sharpen it. And the Warhawk, I like this spike better. It's that spike is really dull, and it's still, I know, tree huggers are gonna get mad at me for beating the shit out of this tree. I understand. Oh well, I need it for human life is more important, and I need to practice this skill. So, yeah, fella. So that's just a little tidbit of tactical survival. Let's see. Make It Stick says always armed regardless of the law. Yeah, you're a real man, dude. God bless you, man. There's a libertarian meme. It's got like Pepe the Frog on it, and it says you can conceal carry everywhere if you're not a little bitch. I admit, I'm more afraid of law enforcement than protecting my own life. And I'm not trying to, oh, I'm so cool or whatever. I've ran into some fucked up people, dude, meth addicts and all that kind of shit, man. I swear. Another reason why I believe there's a God. So some fuck boy in this douche mobile and his girlfriend, they cut me off in traffic. And then we caught up to each other at a light. And, you know, he's all trying to make fun of me and shit. And then I told his girlfriend how, like, hey, honey, like, you're with a bitch boy. And if I was Jeepers Creepers or Humberto, the horny Haitian homunculus, I could kidnap you and have your way with you. And there not be a damn thing you could do about it. He got mad. She actually started to laugh until she saw behind me walking on the street was a full-blown naked angry man. He didn't have sandals on. He didn't have a knapsack. He was just walking like he was looking for a fight, dude, full bore naked. And she got fucking so mortified, and she realized she's with a bitch boy, and she's not in the land of Oz no more, dude. She's in Mordor, you know. So I mean, oh, dude, I kind of talking out my ass. Like, I lived such a fucked up life because my parents were like, oh God, having kids sucks. Please fuck off. So I was 13 years old. The leader of our pack was named Will. He was 11. His biggest accomplishment in life is that he quit meth. An 11-year-old bragging about how he quit meth. Well, we're living with his meth mom, and we have this friend named Sean, and Will is using Sean like a bait so we can go party with this creepy old man and get free beer and weed galore. And the dude kept hitting on Sean in front of our face. And I'm like, shouldn't we like run or report this guy? No, Will says we're getting free beer and weed from it. This is some fucked up shit, dude. Yeah, it got worse and worse from there, man. But I just made this video because I'm trying to educate people that these ghetto fabulous savages, they can't be reasoned with. And the whole video started because some naive guy is going, well, we like, because you know, that was his name, Mark KIRK got shot. He's the cute chick on the subway just got killed, right? He's like, well, we need peace and love and understand. You guys, you're not going to convert. You're not going to convert angry ass fucking ghetto thuggus ruggus. I hate white people Tyrone. You're not going to convert Toby McGillinuggets and fucking Humberto, the horny Haitian homunculus. You're not going to convert them with peace, love, and understanding. They're demons. They only know will to power. They only understand getting their ass kicked. Now, I suggest to you good people to advocate laws such as thus, okay? If somebody touches a kid, like a creepy uncle, a Chester, a molester, right? Well, at least 6 days a week, they should make a theme park where you get to go beat that guy's ass. Like you'll see billboards about it on the freeway, right? You go, hey man, you had a hard day at work, your wife cheating on you, the system let you down. Well, come on over and beat the shit out of Chester, whatever, right? And purposefully kind of starve them and put like ankle shock monitors on them just in case they do start to win. So it's like easier to whoop their ass. And then if they touched kids or women to a worse degree, like fucking, straight up rape and torture and shit, well then they should be they should be so eager to pay back society. I'm kind of losing my edge. Pay back society by, you ever remember Joseph Mengele from World War II? He would do like medical experiments on fucking on the Jews, Fuck, dude. Let's do that shit to all these murderous fucking chomos, dude. And then we also should you should be allowed to be a man that if someone touched your kid or put their hand on your wife's ass or they're running away with a family heirloom that they just stole or your TV, you should be able to exact deadly force. You guys, if I were to steal anything in your house, if I were caught snooping around in your house for any known fucking reason, you should have the ability to peel my cap, dude. And fuck, if it was a retard there's a song called Wake Up Dead. It's about a dude who he was too drunk to know that he didn't live in a certain house anymore. And he crawled in the window and he went to sleep in his old room and he got fucking killed. Shit, that sucks, but the inverse is worse. No one should be allowed to take your shit. You shouldn't be forced to take anybody's shit over some political correctness and stupid fucking shit, right? So, anyways, guys, I really thank you for tuning in. Real talk doesn't always get a lot of fucking a lot of views. So if you're still here, man, I commend you. But you guys, God bless. Keep on rocking in the free world. Let me see if I got any other comments before I gotta go get ready for the day. And yeah, guys, I really appreciate everything. Thanks for tuning in. I had to be a douchebag and ask you to like and subscribe so I could keep going live. And I'm only going live because, my channel is really miscellaneous. Very recent videos are of current events. The main playlist will say something like tactical, survival, random, and rants. Outdoor adventures. Wow, I tripped on that stick and I still got it. But yeah, it is what it is. This is one exercise I do. Let's see if I could do it with a cell phone on my hand. I go jogging, and out of nowhere. Too high. A little too high, but yeah, guys, keep on rocking in the free world. And God bless you guys. Thank you for hanging out. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for the day.